Hi! Hello, world! Hello, people! My name is Beebo! I'm here to be a new VTuber. This is kind of more nervous than I thought I was going to be. But I'm going to do my best to be entertaining. And, well, I probably should have rehearsed this a little bit more, but here I am. So, my name is Beebo. As you can see, I'm a little rabbit. Here I am. So, I've been told that the way that this is usually done is that VTubers will talk about themselves a little bit during their debut. And so I made a little slideshow to tell you all about me. Who is Beebo? So I'm a little white rabbit. I live in a house with my owner. And when he goes out to work or to hang out with friends, I like to sneak out and play his video games. Right now, he's out at work, I think, but I don't really keep track of where he goes all the time. So my streaming schedule may be a bit sporadic because I don't really know all the time when he's going to be out, but I'm going to do my best to let you all know. So, first up is my birthday. I was born on March 13th. And my age, I actually forgot. I think I'm pretty old for a rabbit. I don't really measure time in the amount of time that I've been around. More like, the passage of time is more like what video games come out when. Like, I was around when Skyrim came out, and that was 2011. And I was around when Zelda Majora's Mask came out, and that was like 2001, I want to say. And I was around for the 90s. I remember TV shows, Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, not Thundercats. How did I say Thundercats? Wait, do I remember Thundercats? I don't think I'm that old. I remember Power Rangers, though. Power Rangers was fun. That was 90s. That was definitely 90s. So, then also my height. I'm only 1 foot tall. And that's without the ears. I'm very small. Right now, I'm inside my little rabbit hutch. I snuck a whiteboard in here so that I could draw on it to tell you all about myself. I love all kinds of games. It would probably be easier to list the games that I don't like. And that's basically like realistic shooters, racing games, and that's it. So I don't love Call of Duty, but I love Halo. Any kind of sci-fi shooter. Let me see. Aliens vs. Predator, that was a sci-fi shooter. Now I'm just naming sci-fi shooters. I should name games that I like. No, wait. I'll do that later. I have a section for that later. Games that I like. But yeah, all kinds of games that I play. Fighting games, simulators, action games, RPGs. Well, now I'm just listing types of games. But yeah, I like all kinds of games. Name a game, I probably played it and liked it, or I didn't like it. Well, I think I can find something to like in every kind of game, even the bad ones. I'm a very positive thinker, very optimistic. And like I said before, I've been playing games since the 90s. I grew up with Nintendo, 64, and a Sega Genesis, and I think I had a Super Nintendo, but I think that might have been my brother's. Then I went on to GameCube and Xbox, but I never had a PlayStation. Yeah, that was sad. A lot of games that people played around that time were like Shadow of the Colossus. Let's see, there was Final Fantasy. And those are all PlayStation exclusives, so I didn't get to play those. And they made me sad. But I played a lot of Zelda. I played Halo and Mario. I played Pikmin. I played... What was it on Xbox? Besides Halo. That's like the big one. Everybody always talks about Halo. But you know what? I missed out on Gears of War. That's something that I would like to correct. I should put that on a list. I made a list of all the games that I never got to play that I would like to play for you people. But Gears of War I forgot to put on there. I'm going to put that on there after the stream. Gears of War. So, what else? My favorite games ever. I have 3 of them. In order, they are Beyond Good and Evil. It was released in 2003 from Ubisoft Studios. And in that game, you play as this reporter lady who starts to uncover this conspiracy around her planet that these evil alien invaders are actually in league with her government. Yeah, I like that game a lot. The characters are really good. The storyline is really good. Some people compare it to Zelda in terms of gameplay. I just really like it. Some of you might be aware that it's getting a sequel. Maybe. I mean, it was announced like 5 years ago, and then like 5 years before that. So, I mean, maybe. I hope so. I've seen the sequel. I've seen the trailers. I've seen the gameplay and footage, and it seems like the kind of game that I would really like, but also it seems like it has nothing to do with the first game, which makes me a little bit sad. Also, I guess the guy who made it kind of turned out to be a jerk, so we don't like him anymore. But whatever. If the new one comes out and it's good, and I play it and I like it, then I'll be happy. Next game, Portal 2. Everybody knows Portal. Everybody knows the cake is a lie. I like Portal 2 better than Portal 1. I even like the song better than Portal 2. I mean, I even like the song at the end of Portal 2 more than I like the song at the end of Portal 1. Let me see, how's it go again? Like I said, I'm kind of nervous. Trying to remember song lyrics while you're nervous is trickier. You know, I once saw this video of this guy. He put people in high-pressure situations on the street. He went up to a woman, shouting at her, "For $1, name a woman, name any woman." And she's like, "What? Name a woman? Oh my god." She couldn't think of a woman. She was a woman. She could have named herself. But it was such a high-pressure situation that she couldn't think. And that's a situation I find myself in. How the heck did those lyrics go? Now I only want you. That's the chorus. Well, I'm not here to sing. I'm here to play games. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and play games. And I'm all out of passes and I'm all out of bubblegum. So, third favorite game, Psychonauts. This game is from Double Fine Studios. I forget when it was released. But it's from Tim Schafer, who was a creator for LucasArts. He made games like Full Throttle and Monkey Island and Day of the Tentacle. And those are all really fun games. And then he made his own studio, and the first game they made was Psychonauts. And it was really good. It was really fun. It was a platformer where you go to a psychic summer camp and you get psychic powers. And it was really good. And you venture into people's minds, and you're kind of like... I want to describe you as like a combat medic. No, not a combat medic. Like a combat medic, but a combat therapist. You go into the battlefield and you go into people's brains and you fix their mental disorders. You make them whole again. It's kind of wholesome, but also twisted like a Tim Burton movie. Things I also love that are not video games. Marvel! I love the Marvel movies. Favorite movie series of all time. Tony Stark is fun. Captain America, Thor, but my absolute favorite is Rocket Raccoon. He's so cool. He can build anything, he can fix anything, and he blows everything up. He's the coolest, and he's my hero. Rocket Raccoon for life. Also, I love Star Wars, maybe even more than I love Marvel. I think I love the universe of Star Wars more than I love the universe of Marvel. But I like the Marvel movies more than I like other Star Wars media. One game series that I'm hoping to play for you guys is actually the Dark Forces series. That's a series that started in the 90s. It was a Star Wars series, by the way. And it was like one of those early 2D, 3D shooters like Doom or Wolfenstein. And so you go around, you were this cool bounty hunter type guy named Dash Rendar. Maybe not a bounty hunter, I think he might have been just a mercenary working for the rebellion. Or maybe he was a rebel fighter. I don't know, because I haven't played it. Also, I'm mixing things up. You weren't Dash Rendar in that game. And Dash Rendar, no, he was from Star Wars... What was it? Not Rise of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire. Dash Rendar was from Shadows of the Empire. Dark Forces, you were a guy named Kyle Katarn, who was also that thing I said. Actually, now that I think about it, they're kind of similar. Well, anyway, Kyle Katarn, he started off as like a mercenary bounty hunter type guy working for the rebellion, and he eventually grows up into a cool Jedi. And they made a bunch of games about him, and the whole series ended with Star Wars Jedi Ignite Jedi Academy. That's the only game in the series that I played. But there's like, I don't know, like 5 games in the series. Dark Forces 2, Star Wars Jedi something something, and then like 2 or 3 more. There's a lot. And I would like to play that all for you guys. I think it would be a lot of fun. Other thing I like, Dungeons and Dragons. That's just a board game. No, it's more like improv. No, actually it's more like... You know what? At the corner of board games and improv is Dungeons and Dragons. It's like both, and neither. And both. For those who don't know Dungeons and Dragons, that goes way, way back to like the 70s. It's this game where you make a character, and then you make a character with a bunch of other people, and you all play, and you go through, and you fight monsters, and play through storylines. And one player is the Dungeon Master, and he's the storyteller. He controls all of the non-player characters. He controls the world and the monsters. So, yeah, I really like that game. It can be a lot of fun. One dream I have is maybe, if I make a lot of VTuber friends, I'd love to play a game of Dungeons & Dragons with all VTubers and stream it for you guys. So, we'll see if that happens. Next, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish as a VTuber? First, I want to play story games. I've never been overly fond of multiplayer games. No, that's not true. I used to play a lot of multiplayer games, but my reaction time slowed down, and I got not as good, and it became not as fun. So now I focus on story games, and I really like story games. They're great. But there are a lot of games that I never got to play before. I mentioned PlayStation before. I would like to fix those errors. I would like to play all of the games that everybody says are amazing, but that I never played before. So, things like Gears of War, Final Fantasy VII, Shadow of the Colossus. No, wait, I played that one already, but I could play it again. Who knows? What's else? I made a whole list. Wait, let me get out the list. That'll make things easier. Let's see. Where is the list? Games I never played. Tomb Raider. All the old ones and the new ones. I have all the new ones. I already own them, but I never played them. That's silly. So, that I would like to play for you. Final Fantasy, I mentioned. I think I've only played like 2 Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy VII, very high on the list. Especially the remake, too. Let's see. I love the Elder Scrolls video game series, but I've really only played Oblivion and Skyrim. I'm sorry, Elder Scrolls. So, I would love to play Elder Scrolls 1, 2, and 3 on stream. I know that they're kind of old, and some people even think they're boring, but I think they're worth looking into. Another game series from PlayStation, Spyro. I've never played the Spyro series. I'd probably play the remake, but maybe I'd do both. Maybe I'd play the first ones and then the remake. Anything's on the table. Let's see. The old Hitman series. I played the brand new one, the brand new trilogy, but I'd like to go back and play some of the old Hitman games. Let's see. Borderlands. I never played Borderlands. I tried like 3 times to play each game. It never really sunk in. I think it's maybe because I was playing with people. I don't know. They weren't very good at the game, so it kind of dragged things down. But maybe if I try it with you guys, it'll be more fun. Let's see. There's a lot more on here, but I like to keep some things a surprise, right? One Nintendo series that I missed out on was Metroid Prime. I own the whole trilogy and I never played it. That's sad. Then I could play the old Doom games. I could play all the old Doom games and then the new Doom games because they all fit together. They're all one big series. Which leads me into what the other thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to play full series of games for you guys. I mentioned before playing the full Star Wars Dark Forces. That's it. I mentioned wanting to play that for you guys. And I think that would be a lot of fun, but there's a whole lot of games that are series. I mentioned Tomb Raider. I could play Final Fantasy VII and then Final Fantasy VII Remake. I could play the full Oddworld series. I could play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and then when 3 comes out next year, I could play that. In fact, I think that's something that I would really like to do. If there's a new game series coming out, if there's a new installment of a popular series coming out, then I could play all through the whole series and then end with the brand new one. So that would include games like Kingdom Hearts has a new installation, a new installment coming out. There's always new XCOM coming out. And so on that note, the very first game series that I'm going to be playing starting this week is God of War. It's one of the PlayStation games that I missed out on because I didn't own a PlayStation. So I'm going to play God of War 1 and God of War 2 and God of War 3. And then I'm going to play God of War Ragnarok. No, Ragnarok is new one. I'm going to play the new God of War that came out a year ago, 2 years ago. And then in November, when it comes out, I'm going to play God of War Ragnarok. And yeah, that's going to be the first game. I don't know exactly which days yet I'm going to be playing this week. But probably Monday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and Friday. So that would be every other day probably. But if I can, I'll do more. So probably Monday, probably Wednesday, probably Friday, maybe Tuesday, Thursday. I'll be sure to get a tentative schedule up on Twitch at some point after I stream. Next, another thing that I would like to do is talk about gaming news with you guys. I still follow all kinds of gaming news. I go to gaming websites. I check up on their streams when they announce new stuff. Today, they just announced a whole bunch of new Assassin's Creed stuff, and I'd love to talk about that with you guys. They announced like 4 new Assassin's Creeds. That's a lot. It's a lot of Assassin's Creed. I kind of fell off of an Assassin's Creed for a while. I was a big fan. I played Assassin's Creed 1 and I loved it. I played Assassin's Creed Crew and Brotherhood and Revelations and 3 and 4 and... was that it? I kind of dropped off on the one that takes place in France. I also played Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's right, I played that one. Yeah, and then they had that one that takes place in France and I kind of stopped. I really wanted to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I love the idea of Atlantis, and I know that they have Atlantis DLC in that new one, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, I bought that game, and I only got, like, maybe a couple hours into it. I didn't get very far at all. But, when they have a new Assassin's Creed coming out, I would love to play Assassin's Creed 1 all the way up to Valhalla for you guys. That would be a lot of Assassin's Creed, and I hope I don't burn out on that. But boy, that series used to be great, and they supposedly, with this new one that they just announced, Mirage, they're going back to their roots. which I like because I prefer the old way of Assassin's Creed, where it was all about stealth and Assassin's Blades, and like Leonardo da Vinci would make all those cool little gadgets for you, like parachutes and a gun blade. Ah, classic Assassin's Creed. Oh, I miss you. But let's see what the new one does. So yeah, when there are big announcements, big streams, Disney just did a big stream. Was that today? No, they're doing it all weekend. They announced all kinds of games, all kinds of movies, Star Wars stuff, Marvel stuff. It was a lot of fun. If I was all set up for it, I would have loved to have streamed that. So yeah, someday soon, hoping that E3 comes around, we can all sit down together and we can all watch it together, and we can just entertain ourselves talking about the, different games that they're announcing. So many trailers to watch, so many demos to play. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, I remembered something. I would really love to stream some Disney Plus shows. Like when Marvel shows are coming out or when Disney shows are coming out. I know Andor is coming out in like 2 weeks, something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be set up to start streaming for you guys. I know that you can't just stream a video of it right here on the stream. You gotta set up like some kind of synchronized clock timer so that people know exactly where you are in the stream. It looks complicated. I'm gonna look into it, but I can't promise that it'll be up in 2 weeks. But I would really like to watch Star Wars with you guys. That seems like it would be a lot of fun. So, let's see. With that, we reached the end of my debut stream, just about. I would like to take a quick moment to talk about the artists who helped bring me into this world. So, first of all, the person who designed me, the person who made me what I am, for that person I would like to thank my designer, Karen Canzano Yu of Redefine Creative Studios. You can find her at redefinecreative.studio. Next up is my rigger, Xiaojing1. You can find him on fiverr.com/Xiaojing1. And he was the one who made it so that I can move around and stuff. He also made it so that I can do this with my ears. Yeah, he's cool. He went above and beyond with this stuff. Look what I can do. Wow. I'm so embarrassed. So yeah, there's a few more things like that. But I'll mostly just use them when the situation calls for it. So, yeah. I can't wait to start playing games with you guys this week. It's gonna be fun. I'll see you next time. Thanks for playing with me.